Balcom. You can see I'm not, Joanne's usually teaching this now?
Yep,
So,
Joanne.
all right, so I'm Mardi for anyone that I haven't met. Welcome. And I think we're gonna start seated. So if you guys wanna find a comfortable seat, whether it's on a cushion, a blanket, or if you feel more comfortable lying down, you can absolutely do that as well. And let's just take a few moments to settle in. Maybe close your eyes or bring your gaze down to your belly. And just roll your shoulders up, back, and down. And we'll do that one more time. Up, back, and down. And just begin to fall into your breath. Notice the expansion of your body on the inhale and the release on the exhale as you let it all go. And do that again. Expand from your belly to your ribs, to your chest on your inhale, and maybe hold for a moment at the top and just notice. And then let it go. Exhale. Maybe breathing out of your mouth. Inhale, belly, ribs, and chest. Hold at the top. Exhale, let it go. Just return to your normal breath. Just note how you're feeling. Observe any sensations in your body. And see if you can observe them as the witness. So if you notice a sensation, say in your low back, instead of labeling it, I have low back pain, just notice sensation in the back. Detach. And come back to your breath. Watching the inhale and the exhale. And if thoughts appear, just make note, thinking, and let it float away like a cloud in the sky. And bring your attention to your forehead. See if you can release any tension that you may be holding there. And your jaw, perhaps just open and close. Move around a little. Just release any tension you might be holding. Scan down your neck and your shoulders. Just let it go with your exhale. Notice the ribs and the side body. Releasing. And finally, notice your pelvis and the place where it touches your cushion or your mat. And see if you can just relax in on your next exhale. And just be present to your body. Present to your breath, your prana and life force. Take your hands down to the side. On the next inhale, bring your hands up. Maybe your gaze follows. Exhale your hands to your heart center. Bring your gaze down towards the top of your fingertips. And just take a moment to create an intention for yourself for this next hour. Sending yourself love, allowing for whatever happens to happen, and create space. And on your next inhale, bring your arms up. Gaze follows. Exhale your hands to your side. Bring your chin to your chest. And just take a moment to let the back of your neck elongate. Let your shoulders roll down your back. And just feel the opening down the back of the neck and shoulders. And breathe here. Notice where else you may feel sensation in your body. And just let your breath come to that place. Inhale the head back up and let the arms come up. And grab your right hand with your left hand and gently lean over to the left side. And just feel the sensation. Maybe your gaze comes up under your right arm. Extend the fingertips and just breathe into your right side body. Notice your right knee, if it comes up, or your right hip, and see if you can just use your mind to bring that knee and hip towards the earth. One more breath here. Inhale back to center, switch sides. Your right hand grabs your left wrist. You might elongate, pull it up, and then bring yourself over to your right side. Gaze comes up under your left arm, and you just feel that extension down the left side of your body. Noticing the hip and the knee on the left side, and if they've popped up, go ahead and just use your mind to bring them down. Focusing on the breath, the intercostal muscles, the elongation from the middle finger all the way down to your hip. One more big breath here. Maybe you stretch a little bit further and come back up to center. And let both hands just fall down to the side. And just notice how you feel. Notice your shoulders. Don't move if you can, just notice. Notice the hips, notice the knees. And take your hands and bring them to your knees. And if you're sitting on something, you may want to move that out of your way. And let's just move our legs and cross them in the opposite direction. So whatever foot, which was probably your preferred foot, was in front, just go ahead and switch that. And let's just begin to move in one direction, feeling into the low back and hips. I know for me, I'm having a lot of sensation in my low back, so I'm going to try and be that detached observer and just say, sensation in the low back, sensation in the right hip. And see if I can let my story go as to what's going on and just move through. Connect to breath. Inhale and exhale. And next time you come through center, pause, notice, and then go in the other direction. Feeling breath. Feeling sensation. And notice as thoughts or feelings pop up, greeting them with acceptance and seeing if you can let them move on. And come back to your body. Come back to your breath. Do that one more time. And the next time you're through center, come back. Let your shoulders come up to your ears. Let everything come up. Maybe you tighten your belly here. And just inhale and hold at the top. Hold, hold, hold. Exhale, let it all go. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, shoulders up, belly comes in, everything tightens, tightens, tightens. Hold that energy in. Exhale it all out. And then we'll bring our feet out in front of us. And just shake your legs a little bit. Waking up, noticing the sensation, feeling. Some deep breaths, letting go breaths. Hands come to the side and maybe just a little bit behind. And if you want to walk your hands back a little bit so that you can let your shoulders, the clavicles in the back, or the shoulder blades in the back, the clavicle open. And inhale your chin up to the ceiling. Let your neck fall back. Flex your feet and just notice how that engages your legs. Press those heels forward. Let those shoulders come back and let that heart open. Your belly button comes to your back. You have this heart opener. On the next exhale, come forward. Bring your hands to right at your knees or your shins. And then let your back round. Move forward. Maybe your hands walk towards your toes or they don't. Flex those feet and just notice how you feel here. So it's a version of a seated cat-cow and a little bit different here. So let's inhale. Hands come back behind us. Chest moves out. Neck falls back. Heels press away. Belly button to the back. And then exhale, round forward. Hands come to the shins. Chin to the chest. And really just breathe through your low back here. Breathe through the upper chest. Take 2 breaths here. And just notice what it feels like to be breathing through our low back. Keep those feet engaged if you can. And inhale, walk your hands back up and come to staff pose. Inhale your hands up. Exhale your right hand down to your left leg. Left hand comes behind to support you. Inhale, elongate your spine. Crown reaches to the ceiling. And on your exhale, you twist to the left side. Trying to keep that back as straight as possible. Those heels press forward, toes come towards your face. You feel the engagement of your legs and the flexion of your spine as we twist, giving your internal organs a nice massage. Using your breath here to move energy. Get into those tight little spaces. Letting go on the exhale, maybe twisting a little bit more. On your next inhale, let's come back to center. Arms come up, gaze follows. Exhale to the other side. Left hand to the right knee, right hand behind. You can press into that thigh or knee and elongate on the inhale. Exhale, twist. Chin comes over the back shoulder. Heels press forward. Really breathe into this twist here. Notice your left shoulder, if it comes forward, see if you can maybe bring it back to open that chest. Press into the back hand to give yourself a little bit of leverage. Breathe here. Notice what it feels like to breathe in this twist. One more breath. Inhale and exhale. The next inhale, bring your hands up. Gaze comes up. Maybe give yourself a little baby back bend here. And then you can bring your hands down to your heart center. And from here, go ahead and bring your feet in to cobbler's pose or butterfly. Just take a moment to maybe rock it out a little bit. If you're sitting in that position for so long, just notice what you're feeling. And then come back to center. And we'll do some seated cat-cows here as well. So grabbing on to either your toes or your ankles. You can also give your feet a little massage. Anyone who's done my class knows I love the opportunity to rub my feet anytime I can get it. So let's do that first. Maybe put your fingers in between your toes. Someone told me once that this, if you can get them in between, which is really hard to do, it helps open up your entire body. For those that have done reflexology, the whole pathway to our body is in our feet. So just give yourself a moment with your fingers, best you can, between your toes. Maybe open them up a little bit. Let your shoulders roll back as your chest comes forward. You might feel this in your groin, your inner thighs. And just fall into your breath here. Notice where sensation is happening for your body. Notice where tension is held in your body, and see if you can just let your breath come to that space and let it go. And relax in just a moment more. When you're ready, you can let your feet go. And then find a placement for your hands, either on your ankles or your toes. And on the inhale, we're going to bring our chest out, our neck up. And on our exhale, we're going to sink our chin to our chest and round our back. And we're going to inhale to a seated cow. And just notice the range of motion you have in your body. For me today, I don't have a lot going on right here, so I'm just going to attend to that and just let myself move. And feel that movement. And just be with what is. Try and observe without judgment, without my story. Just being present with what is, moving with your breath. And if it feels good to hold in one spot, go ahead and do that. Really listening to your body, seeing what it needs today. As I prepared to teach today, I was getting ready to do a whole class. I try and write them out sometimes, and I thought, you know what? I'm just going to listen to my body, see where it takes us today. So you guys are in for an adventure. We'll see where we go. And for you, it's always an invitation to do what feels right in your body. And if what I'm calling for doesn't feel right, you go ahead and modify. One more time in each direction. Maybe hold for a brief extra moment in each way. And then when you feel complete, you can come back to center. And let's just butterfly our legs one more time. Letting go of some of the tension in the hips. Maybe some in the shoulders. And then come back to stillness. And just take a moment to notice how you feel. And from here, we're going to transition into our right leg out at an angle. And go ahead and bring your left foot right against that thigh. You're going to notice right now your hips are leaning forward. So that leg is off to an angle. And just begin by gently walking your fingertips forward, straight in front. So your hips are forward. And notice where you feel sensation. For me, I'm feeling it right up the back of that right leg. It's very talkative. I'm going to flex that foot. You can touch it if you want, just to remind your toes to come back, to stay engaged. And then let your shoulders roll back. Shoulder blades roll down your back so you have a little bit of opening in your chest. And just breathe here. And if you have a block or a book that you can use in front of you, that's a great prop to help you be a little more upright. Or you can bring your hands down. For some of you, you may be flexible enough to bring your forearms down. I am not today, so I'm not going to go there. But if that feels good in your body, go ahead and try that. Press that left foot into that right thigh and that right thigh into that left foot. The right toes press up and you feel that strong engagement through the back of the leg. You may even feel engagement in your left hip here. One more breath. And then walk your fingers back up. And take your right hand to the left knee and the left hand will come behind. So we're going to twist that spine again. And make sure you keep that foot and thigh strongly engaged, creating some resistance to help you maybe go a little bit further in that twist. You can use your back hand as well, and the right hand presses on the knee. And just notice what you feel. Your shoulder in the back, notice your shoulder in the front, your chin towards the back of the room. See if you can really breathe into your belly here. Notice if your belly can expand, a deep belly breath. And notice where you feel restriction in your breath. And just take your attention there. Wringing out the spine, the organs. Giving yourself a nice breath bath, prana bath internally. One more breath. One more exhale. And on the inhale, you're going to keep that right hand where it is, and you're going to lift the back hand, the left hand up, and lean just towards your extended leg. That heel is engaged, and that right hand presses on the bent knee. And just feel the elongation from the top of your finger down to your hip. Gaze follows up. Breathing here. Again, notice where you feel restriction in your breath, or notice where you feel freedom. One more breath. Inhale back up. Exhale the hands down. Now we're going to turn our attention to that extended foot. So the hips are going to move just a little bit, and then we're going to gently walk our hands down towards our toes. Start with a straight spine, toes press towards your face, heel presses away. That left knee presses down, best it can, and just breathe here. Notice where you're feeling your sensation. Notice if thoughts have crept in. See if you can just let them go. One more breath. On the next exhale, go ahead and let your spine round. Your chin can fall towards your chest and your head and neck towards your knee. Just let yourself relax here for a moment. Breathing into the sensation of the back. Really letting your back body breathe here. One more deep belly breath. And a nice exhale. Let it go. Let it audibly out. Inhale, walk yourself back up. And come back towards center with your upper body. Keep the lower body in the same position. Let your Shoulders roll down your back and just close your eyes and feel. And then we'll do it all on the other side. So open up that left leg and then bring the right foot in and kind of create a seal between that right foot and the left leg. And we're going to begin, if I can remember the sequence here, starting forward, hips forward. Sits bones are pressed into the mat. Let's give our shoulders a nice little roll here. Toes on the left leg come towards your face, heel presses away, and just begin by slowly walking forward. Little steps here. And just notice where you feel sensation. If you're able to, you can go down to your forearms or you can use a block. Just notice what you feel here. Keep that left leg engaged. Right foot presses on the inner thigh. Just use your breath here to perhaps let go just a little bit, breathing into sensation. Letting your breath wash over you. Two more breaths here. One more. Really a letting go breath here. And then when you're ready, walk yourself back up. We're going to take our left hand to the right knee. And then we're going to bring that right hand behind. We're going to start with a twist. So engage the left leg. Inhale up, crown of the head towards the ceiling. Press that hand into the knee and the back hand. Use it as leverage to twist. Really breathing into the tight spaces in your spine, in your hip, in your leg, your shoulders. And just notice what you feel. Notice where you feel expansion in your body. And notice where you feel tension. And see if your breath can come to those places of tension and maybe release even just a micro movement. And if not, that's okay too. Just notice. Be with what is right now. Engage that extended leg. Inhale. Exhale, twist. On the next inhale, bring that back arm up. Press the hand into the knee and gently lean forward. Let those back fingers come to the toes and feel the elongation from the finger all the way down to the hip on the right side. Notice the shoulder on the left side. If it's come really far forward, see if you can just bring it back into alignment. And let the side body on your right side open up with your breath. One more breath here. Make this your best breath yet. And then inhale back to center. Let that hand come down. Face forward and just take a moment. We'll turn our attention to our extended leg. So our chest will face that leg. And then when you're ready, on your next exhale, slowly start walking your chest down. The fingers move forward. We begin with a straight back. Leg is engaged, toes towards your face, heel presses away. Breathe when you get to that edge. Stay there and breathe for 3 deep breaths. Noticing where sensation is present in your body. And after your 3rd breath, you can go ahead and round. Bring your chin to your chest. And let your back, your upper back and your lower back round, and transition to back breath body, or the back body breath. Really breathing through your low back, breathing through the mid back, and through the upper back, through all parts of the spine here, while that leg stays strongly engaged. 2 more deep, relaxing, letting go breaths. 1 more. Let it all go. And then when you're ready, walk back up. Release that right leg, and then just shake your legs. Bring your toes in and out. Just feel the hips, feel the back, feel your spine. And let that rocking come to a stop. You can transition over to your hands and knees. So we'll come into table and take a moment to really set your table. Bring those hands under your shoulders, the knees under the hips, and just begin by a little bit of rocking side to side. Letting the hips go, perhaps having a little bit of creaks. You know, for me, my knees are talking. And then when you're ready, maybe making some big circles in one direction. Letting your shoulders, maybe even your neck get into this. Just feeling your body. Connecting with your breath. Next time you're through center, pause and notice. And then begin moving in the other direction. Head and neck. Really just letting your body dictate the way you move. 2 more times around. Really making it juicy. Feeling into sensation. And then coming back to center. Maybe close your eyes. Let your shoulders roll down your back. Engage your belly. Turn your toes under. And press your hips back to your heels. Stay engaged here. Not doing a child's pose yet. We're really feeling our toes here. Press into your hands and let those shoulders roll down the back. Feeling the toes, feeling the feet, letting them wake up. Maybe moving the hips just a little bit. And then come back to table. Let's extend our right leg back, toes under, and press the heel away. So we're going to start with our toes down to really feel an engagement up the calf and the hamstring. Notice your shoulders, if they've moved forward or back. See if you can center them over your wrists. And then inhale that leg up. And if you'd like, you can extend that left arm forward. So really feel that you're extending from the middle of the left hand all the way back to the heel of the right leg. Engage your core and breathe here. If you'd like, on the next inhale, you can bring your elbow to knee. And on your exhale, you can extend. Really move through this slowly with your breath. Inhale, elbow to knee. Exhale, extend. Do that 2 more times on your breath. A slow flow here. Inhale. Exhale, extend and reach. One last time. Inhale, maybe hold. if you'd like. And then exhale, reach, 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 reach. And then go ahead and bring that left hand and right knee down. And just take a moment to shake it out, side to side. Connect back to your breath if you've lost it. And just take those shoulders, get them into position. And then extend the left toes back to the ground. Start with the heel pressing away and give yourself some time to feel the opening up the back of the left leg. Breathe into that. And then when you're ready, you can go ahead and lift that back leg and extend your right arm forward. And start by feeling the expansion. Reach to the front and to the back and feel that energy coming from the middle finger all the way to the back of the heel. And then when you're ready, if you'd like, you can inhale that elbow to the knee and exhale, extend. Inhale, elbow to knee. Core is working here. Exhale, reach. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale, expand. Last time. Inhale, elbow to knee. Maybe hold for just a moment. And then expand and reach. Reach, 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 reach. And go ahead and bring that hand down and that knee down. And let your hips just fall back towards your heels. Hands out in front. Maybe you walk them a little bit forward. And let your forehead come down to the mat. And just relax in child's pose. And if this is not relaxing for you, you can always do this on your back. Child's pose. Sometimes it's accessible to us, sometimes it's not. You can also put a block or a cushion or a blanket between your hips and your knees too. And just let those hands out in front, maybe walk a little bit further. And then bring them over to the right. And then maybe that left hand comes on top of the right. The forehead moves in between. So you get to feel that nice stretch on the left side of your body. Breathing in here. Back body breathing again. Inhale to center and exhale over to the right. Right hand on top of the left. Forehead is in between the upper arms and you're breathing into that right side body. That right hip. The intercostal muscles in between the ribs. And inhale back to center. Go ahead and press yourself up so you're sitting on your knees. Again, if you need to have a cushion or some sort of block or blanket between, and just take a moment to notice. If this doesn't work, you can come up to your knees. I know sitting back is not great. A lot of us have really tight quads, which are connected to tight hamstrings and a tight low back. As someone who is experiencing this currently and throughout the life, it is something to work on, I guess. So let your shoulders roll to your back. And just find your breath again. Really let that belly expand on the breath. And then let it all go on the exhale. Come forward into table. And if you're ready, you can curl your toes under. Press your hands in. And then just lift your hips up to a down dog. And just feel your whole body in this down dog. The hips are pressing to the ceiling. The hands are firmly planted, fingers spread wide. Press into that palm, really where your thumb and your forefinger are. You might turn your shoulders, or if you turn your elbows, it'll turn your shoulders to open up your back. And the heels come down towards the mat. It's just an intention. Some of us get there, some of us don't. Just be with where you are today. If you'd like, you can either bend into one knee or the other, just to walk your dog or swing your hips if that feels good in your body. And just find your breath here. If Ujjayi is part of your practice, you can go ahead and do that here. It's the ocean sounding breath, the constriction in the back of your throat, in and out through your nose. And then when you're ready, look forward and come forward into plank. You can always be on your knees here. We're just going to do a little bit of plank for some core strengthening. Notice where your hips are. See if your hips and your shoulders can be a little bit even. Your heels press away if you're on your toes. And your hands press firmly into the mat, so you've got a strong foundation. One more breath here. And on your next exhale, lift those hips, bend the knees, go back to your down dog. And then walk your hands back to your feet. So you're going to be on the back of your mat. You're going to find yourself in a forward fold. Let your knees bend generously here. Really listen to what your body needs. And just let yourself hang. Your hands can either be placed right in front of your feet, or you can hang in ragdoll. One hand grabs the opposite elbow and maybe swaying a little bit from side to side. Just breathing into your body. And see if you can let that head and neck really relax down. And if you'd like, you can straighten your legs a little bit as your hips move towards the ceiling. Breathing here. A block is a great support here as well, as needed. So we're going to take our left hand and place it in front of our face. You can either put it on the mat or on a block. Your feet should be about hip width apart. You may need to make them a little bit further, depending on the flexibility you have in your hips and your back today. And we're going to inhale our right arm up. We're going to start slow. We're going to press that left hand in, and that right hand is going to reach. You can also keep that hand on your low back if that's better for your shoulder. And your gaze may follow. And just breathe here. Your legs may straighten or not. Really just listening to your body. Your tailbone reaches to the back. You press that hand in, the hand on the floor. Reach up, extend, open that heart, and exhale down. You're going to place the right hand down right under your face, and you're going to inhale that left arm up. Press that right hand in, and either bring the left arm straight up or onto your sacrum. Gaze may follow. That's okay for your neck. And you breathe here. One more breath, opening the heart if you can. Exhale, both hands down. You're going to let that head and neck go. And you're going to inhale to a flat back. Engage your core. Bring your hands to your knees or to the tops of your shins and press yourself up with a flat back. Let the arms come up. Gaze follows. Exhale your hands to your heart. And just take a moment to stand in mountain and notice how you feel. Connect back to your intention. back to your breath. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. Take your hands to your hips and bring your feet about hip width apart. We're going to take a giant step forward with the left foot. The right foot's going to turn. And we're going to have that, we're going to start with that leg straight. We're going to bring our hips forward. And we're going to inhale our arms up. And then you're going to open to warrior two and bend into that left leg. And just breathe for a moment here in your warrior two. Gaze is out over the front middle finger. Back arm reaches back. Hips are open, knees over the ankle. And we're breathing into the opening. Our low body is stable and strong. Our upper body is fluid and relaxed. We'll flip that front palm. Reverse your warrior. Gaze back. And exhale, we're going to windmill down. You're going to frame that front foot. And then you're going to step that left leg back. And we find ourselves in plank. So option here is for a chaturanga, a full chaturanga, or a modified chaturanga, or you can do down dog. So chaturanga would be coming down, chest down, and inhale to cobra, or upward facing dog, and then coming over your toes, and we all meet back in down dog. We're letting that head and neck relax. Tailbone reaches to the sky, heels towards the mat, hands firmly planted, and we take 3 breaths here in our down dog. Ujjayi breath, if that's part of your practice, or just regular breathing. Tailbone, sits bones reach high. And after your 3rd breath, look forward and your hands walk back to your feet again. So we're in the back of the mat. Head hangs. And then you press into your hands either at your shins or on the mat or on a block for a flat back. And then you're going to bring your hands to your knees or the upper shins and press yourself up to rise with a flat back. Hands come up. Exhale, hands to your heart center. And breathe here. And we'll do that all over again on the right side. So we'll begin by stepping that right foot forward. Start out with our hips forward. The back foot is at 90 degrees. And you have a straight front leg. Inhale your arms up, you look up, then open up and bend into that front knee and come into your warrior two. Front knee over the front ankle, fingers reach to the front and the back, your gaze is over your front middle finger, shoulders roll down your back, and you breathe into your strong warrior two. Again, noticing sensation. Noticing your breath and coming back to your body. Flip that front palm and reverse. Take a moment in the reverse warrior. Gaze is up at the middle finger. Press that front heel in and feel the engagement in that leg. And on your next exhale, windmill down to frame that front foot. Step that right foot back, and yogi's choice, down dog or chaturanga, on the knees or on your toes. In chaturanga, inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale to down dog. 3 breaths here. In your down dog, hips rise, knees can be bent. Press that thumb and the forefinger pads in. Maybe let the elbows rotate so your shoulders open and your back. One more breath. Exhale, everyone to your knees, and bring those hips back to your heels for a child's pose. This time, let's all bring our hands to our sides and let our shoulders relax down. Deep breaths here. Letting go. Integrating everything you've done so far. Connecting to your prana, your life force. One last breath. Inhale, come up. Oh, take a moment before we transition, just notice how you feel. And when you're ready, come over to your back. And when you can lay down on your back, go ahead and bring your knees into your chest and just roll from side to side. Maybe letting the head and neck go in the opposite side. Just feeling that low back. Maybe make a few big circles if that feels okay. Or you can open your knees. Really just letting this be what your body needs. And when you're ready, you can bring those feet up, knees down, and do a happy baby. So grab the outsides of your feet or the insides, also your ankles or the backs of your legs. Whatever is accessible to your body in this moment. And maybe rock your baby side to side. Come back to center. Hold on to the left side and let the right leg and arm extend long. And just feel that elongation in your body as you press in to your hand and the foot on the left side. The right side extends. Maybe point that toe, reach that arm up, flex that foot. Just feel the difference. Inhale and switch. Exhale, release that left side. Right hand and foot are together. That knee is coming down towards your chest. And that left side, begin by pointing the toe and stretching and then flexing the foot. Just feeling into the body. Inhale back to happy baby. A little bit more rocking. And then drop the heels towards your bum. And keep the hands on your ankles if you want. And then just stretch with your forearms if you can. Maybe kind of giving your groin a little bit of a stretch. You can press those knees away. Some folks can really keep their heels to the bum. I'm not that flexible here, so do what works for you. Maybe your toes are touching each other. And just breathing into the groin here. One more breath. Inhale the knees back together. Give them a nice big squeeze. Place your arms out to a T and let the knees fall over to the right side. Press into that top knee with the right hand. Gaze is over the left. Breathe into the side body. Breathing into your twist. Inhale back to center, knees to the other side. Gaze out over the right hand. Breathing into the twist. Letting that shoulder relax. back to center. And from here, go ahead and bring the feet to the ground and then extend one leg out and then the other, letting the legs fall to the side, letting your hands turn up and your shoulders come onto your back. And then let your breath go and find your Shavasana, your rest and close. Let the universe lead the way. Feel and see how the life force, the heartbeat of the universe, leads you on, guides you, takes you on the way. Yes, there are times when we need to march forward, muster up our willpower, and grind through the motions. But those times are transitory, and that's not the magical way we're living now. Even when we stop, doubt, wonder, get tired and confused, the universe is there to revitalize us, move us along our path, and lead the way. If you're tired, rest. If you're sad, cry. If you're thirsty, take a long, cold drink of water. If you feel hopeless, feel that. But know it's just for this moment. If you feel confused, feel that. Feel until clarity, desire, hope, and meaning break through. You don't have to trudge through on willpower, not any longer. You don't have to push your way through. Rest until you feel healed, then gently go forward. Let the universe assist you. Open your eyes, the eyes of your soul, and see where to go. Feel where to go. Sense what to do next. See how the magical power of the universe carries you along, even when you get tired, even when you get confused. You are connected to yourself, to the universal force of God. Quiet the chatter of your mind, renew your body, replenish your soul. Take in all the healing energy of the world around you. Then let the universe lead the way. Slowly beginning to come back into your body and your breath. Moving your fingers and your toes. And letting your breath awaken you back into this moment. Stretching your arms, maybe rolling over to one side. And letting yourself come back up to a seated position. Closing your eyes. And bringing your hands to your heart center. Bowing to honor your spirit, to honor your light and your love. And then bringing your hands to your third eye. The light within me honors the light within each and every one of you. Thank you for sharing your practice with me this morning. Namaste.